MacVoices at NAB 2024. MacVoices is at NAB in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, last year we found Krotos quite by accident, and it was the coolest thing we saw at the show. This year I wanted to come back and find out what's new. Orfeas of Krotos, the CEO, is going to tell us a little bit, and then Matt's going to do a demo for us.
Hi, Chuck.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's great to see you here.
So tell me some of the backstory of Krotos and how it became the coolest thing we saw last year and even better this year.
Yeah, sure. It actually started as my final project for a university project. So I made a software that made monster sounds, gave it away for free. People really liked it, and that's how the company started. So basically our mission is to change the way people work with sound, and we want to democratize sound creation and allow everyone to create quality sound very easily and very quickly. So we have a range of products that allow you to do that.
And what struck me last year was the quality of it, the fact that I had so much control. The classic one they showed me last year was a gunshot.
Yeah.
You know, how many different shots it can have from distances, left to right. It blew me away. As I told you pre-show, I haven't had that much use for the software itself, but I've spent hours playing with it because it's so much fun.
That's good to hear. Yeah, exactly. So basically we have professionally recorded sounds, and we have products that be used in a lot of Hollywood films and games. So now we've given that to all content creators, so they can create their own sounds for their videos, their YouTube videos, and basically can make the content stand out. And if you want whooshes, if you want ambient sounds, if you want intense sounds, fun sounds, we have everything you need to make your content stand out. So it's a lot of fun, and it saves a lot of time going through libraries and customizing sounds for your videos.
Yeah, there are a lot of those out there, but they're never quite what you want.
Exactly.
And that's always a problem.
Exactly. So with Kroto Studio, you can just create exactly what you want, reducing the path from your imagination to the final result.
So Matt's going to show us a little bit about it and what's new this year.
Yeah. Have fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So Matt, you're going to show us Kroto Studio.
Yeah, I would love to. Thanks, Chuck. Cool. All right. So it was nice to see you again after last year. So one of you asked what's new in Kroto Studio. So a couple of really cool new features and loads of new categories. And so last year we only had about 20 presets. We now have over 300. And every preset is capable of making like an almost infinite amount of variations on that theme. So right out of the box now, Krotos Studio is an amazing go-to for pretty much any type of sound effect you can imagine. So let's take a quick look. So first thing I'm going to look at is a background ambience. So let's load up the city preset. So hopefully you can hear it's generating this environment of the city. So the great thing about it is that whilst that's generating, I can customize it. So let's say I want fewer sirens, because I don't want a siren in my scene. I can just turn this down and those sirens disappear. If I want to customize the amount of traffic or the overall feeling of that environment, I can do that really easily and quickly. Once I've made those choices, the plugin's just going to continue to generate that environment. So it's making something unique, and it can be that as long as you want without looping or repeating, which is a fantastic little workflow. All right, so you notice now if I press the stop button on this preset, the sound's going to stop, and we've got a little option here to pick up the recording of what we were just doing. So I can pick that up and drag that straight to my timeline. So now for my scene here, I've customized that environment, and now I've got it straight into my timeline immediately. So rather than digging around in a sound library, I've just created a unique sound effect for that position. All right, so something else. I remember you talking about gunshots. They found that a really cool workflow. So let's take a quick look at that. So it's a really cool workflow for that. So later on in our scene here, we're going to have our character fire their pistol. Just there. Okay, cool. So let me get rid of that ambience for just one sec. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So going to my weapon category, put up the tool preset. I just click to trigger, and then I can just quickly move it further away if I want. And every one of these clicks is different. So every one of these shots is different. So you're getting away from that repetitive sound. I can just click for a reload, make it more powerful. Cool. All right, so let's take something that you may not have seen last year. So now we can change to some different weapons. So we've got a shotgun. It's pretty cool. I can just do a quick reload of it. Nice satisfying clunk. Again, I can move that further away just by clicking. I can increase the strength, maybe the mechanism layer of it. Okay, now we've got this enormous shotgun. And we remember to customize that really, really fast. Some other things that were new. We've got a great weather category now. So if I load up a weather preset, for example, this wind blowing through trees preset, and right off the bat we're placed in this like really interesting sort of stormy environment. We can then customize like what is the kind of flavor and vibe of that. Am I in a forest? What's the proportion of leaves that are blowing through those trees? And now I can pick up the intensity of it and kind of really perform that. So I can really adapt that to what might be happening on screen. So rather than having a fixed sound effect that's kind of static and I don't have control over it, I've got so much performability and customization, really control over the sound that the whole system is generating. And again, this can go on for as long as I want. So if I've got a scene where the wind is evolving and it needs to really respond to what is happening in there, I can do that really, really easily. I can do 7 minutes of really interesting, expressive wind effects. Really cool. Something else that's new, we've got a little quick effects option here. So if I load up, let's go to some footsteps. So if I load up one of my indoor presets, for example. So boots walking indoors. So we've got some carpet, walking onto some tile, and then some wood. Okay, cool. So with my quick effects feature now, I can actually change the environment that's in. So for example, now from my little drop down, I can say, okay, well, steps out in a bathroom. So we got bathroom tile. You can see, how much reverb we got there, and we can move them further away with a click. So going into distance mode, I can make them sound like maybe a bathroom upstairs now, just with a couple of quick clicks. We've got some new categories as well. We've got the really cool drone category. If we load that up, it's immediately going to start making this interesting atmospheric cinematic style drone that I can manipulate. It's like a really cool category of sounds if you need something interesting, something eerie to give really atmosphere to a sound, and that just comes straight out of the box immediately. We've introduced other more light-hearted sounds as well. We've got a really fun cartoon category, for example, now. So if you need some very different types of content, it's all in that one box, all in that one place. And one of our personal favorites that we like to dig out in the conference for, just to have a bit of fun, is the fart and fart one, for example. So if you need farts and cinematic drops and everything in between, this is your friend.
It's fantastic. It really is. I'm still blown away by just the control that I have over any given effect.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we're trying to allow people to have enough control. So, to customize things, but never to get lost. You always keep you in that flow state. We always want you to be really enjoying it. And I think it was great to hear you saying like how you really liked exploring it and like, spending time with the product and just making sound, like that joy that you get from creating sound and sound effects. That's something that excites us and we really want to share with everybody.
The website where folks can go and download this, find out more.
Yeah, so it's krotos.studio or just Google Krotos Studio.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Thanks, Chuck.
Folks, more from NAB in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.